Previously on the Aussie Adventure Fam. Well, it's not exactly the way we planned it all to go. The tech come out, found me in the waiting room and says, got a problem, a sheared camber adjustment bolt.
Did not make it.
All in all, the trip down, didn't go according to my first modified car I've ever had. It's probably going to be my last at this rate.
All right, what's the time? 6:16 p.m. if you can see that, and we are packing up, ready to start driving today.
Moving out.
Turn to absolute beep. We were meant to leave this morning and head for New South Wales, and just didn't happen. We had a few issues, and I'm sure Trent can talk you through that a bit later on, but we'll pack up the van. 6:16 now, we're just starting. Trent's having a super duper. Teddy's watching Bluey on the bed. This is a bit of reality of full-time van life. The van doesn't always look Instagrammable, does it? No. It's reality. So we'll pack up. We'll see how long it takes us to get on out of here. I've got a bit of washing to put away and a bit of stuff to organise. So I'll give you guys a bit of a walk around and show you how I pack things up, and yeah, we'll see how we go. We can finally try and get some kilometres ticked over tonight while hopefully little man sleeps in the back. Hey, that's the plan.
What's that?
Him sleep in the back while we drive.
Of the car, yeah.
Well, you drive and I'll be passenger seat princess.
Explain why. Do you want to tell them what happened today?
I just said you could probably explain later, but you can if you want to take over now.
Oh.
You're on the clock. I've told them
I'm on the clock.
How long it takes to pack up.
Yeah. Oh. So, what happened? Took the car to Petters this morning. That's fine. And turns out there's like 3 adjustment bolts that are at the back of the rear axles to do alignment. I'm a bit of a novice with all this stuff, so I'll try and explain it as best I can, but basically the bolt that is used to adjust the camber on the right rear tyre on the front lower control arm is broken. It's still there, but there's a groove that a key sits in and they twist it. It's 90 degrees out on thread instead of in this channel. Anyway, so contacted DMW, was like, you know, this has happened. I'm getting my first alignment sort of thing, and they were pretty good about it. They was like, you know, really apologetic. Didn't know, obviously, and just let them know what happens sort of thing. So that was fine. So yeah, so that's why we didn't really take off today as planned, but that's okay. Well, you make do, don't you? So we're just gonna pack up now. I'm just filling up water because we're probably gonna have a shower tonight off grid. We'll pull up at a caravan at a fuel stop somewhere and just sleep for a few hours and then keep going. So that's us, and yeah, we'll get on going. So we'll just push through tonight, see how far we can go. Jeez, my hair's a mess. I've just had a shower, been in the pool. So that's about it. Bit of a bummer, but these things happen, especially when you're running a pretty modified car with a 2-inch lift. Everything starts to play up, I guess. So I'm learning the hard way. My first modified car I've ever had, and it's probably going to be my last at this rate. So yeah, anyway, onwards and upwards. We'll get on the... We love it though. Yeah, good truck. We'll get going shortly. We'll let you know how long it takes. What's the time now? The time is 6:21. Got a missed call from someone. So yeah, we'll see what time we get out.
Alright, so one of the first things that I pack up is the coffee machine. So we've got the Smeg bean to cup machine. I love it. I'm the only coffee drinker of our van though, so we don't have to make more than one coffee of a morning, and my little milk frothing container is quite small and you can only do 1 cup at a time, so that suits us fine. But obviously for people that you know, both couple members drink coffee, that wouldn't work. So you might just need a bigger milk frothing container. I'm sure you can buy them from, I don't know, I got mine from Harvey Norman, and it's quite good with the temperature gauge on the front of the container. It's just a Breville one. Yep, so I'll shut down the coffee machine. It lives in between our pillows on our bed while we travel, and it's always kind of lived there since we've had the van, and I've never really had any issues with it moving around or anything like that. We did try once popping it in the sink, and we have a black sink and it scratched our sink, so we won't be doing that again. We'll just keep it in the pillows. I don't find that it causes any issues being in there, like, as in, I always just make sure I clean it out before I pop it on the bed, and yeah, most of the times when we pull up I will grab it out first thing anyway. But I made myself a coffee to get through the pack up, and yeah, see how we go getting out of here. I've got the Wanderlust Ones tea towels, and bloody love them, because I was having issues before with my tea towels not drying and, you know, taking forever to dry. So these are the quick dry ones, and they come in this really cute palm tree print, which I'm all about the palm tree vibes, so that, you know, worked in with my vibe, and I like that. So she has so many cute things on their website, so if you haven't already, maybe I can get Trent to pop a link or something like that to their website in the description bar. But yeah, so many amazing travel, family, caravanning solutions that yeah, are great. We have the bunk bedding on our, and I think I'm just convinced myself as well to purchase the main bedding for our bed as well, because we have just had constant issues with the sheets falling off, the blanket falling off. Trent likes sleeping with a top sheet. I like sleeping with a doona on. So, and it's just in a caravan when you've got those rounded edges, and I mean, I know the people that live in caravans know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. It's a nightmare trying to keep your bedding on your bed. So yeah, I think I will end up purchasing that. It is a bit of an investment piece, but I mean, this is our home, and I'm all for convenience. So if it's going to make my life easier, then I'm about it. I am about it. I don't know if you can see in the background, we keep our microwave plate just lives up in our little pocket up here. We haven't even got it out because I haven't used the microwave since we've been here, but that's where it lives when we travel. And also, same as the, I'll show you our bathroom, our shower. So we've just got those got no lights in here, hang on, we've got those flexi tubs, and that's Teddy's bath. So I've got my little decorative bits and pieces in there, my razor that's fallen down, that just usually lives up there, but the flexi tub just lives in there. I pop the shower head down in there, and that's where it lives with our bath mat and everything while we're traveling, and that has worked an absolute treat for us as well. I don't know if lots of people take the shower head down when they're traveling, but we do. We've never not done that, so I don't know any different, but yeah, that's just where we put ours. Another thing that we do have, which I really like, is our, I don't know, these mats. I've got two of them. They're just like a drying mat, and they're quite like absorbent, and they fit. I don't know where my other one, oh, my other ones must be in the wash, but they just sit in there. So I just fold them up, and they sit in there when they're dry. Other than that, I just leave them sitting on the sink. Like they sit just over top of the sink. Even when we're traveling, sometimes if I've just done a few dishes, I'll just sit it over the top of the sink, let it dry, and then when it's dry, pop it away. Yeah, when it's dry, pop it away just on top of the under the stove top there, and yeah, that really works well for me. We don't have a dish dryer. We just usually will wash the dishes and put them away straight away, or I leave them out overnight and I pack them away in the morning. Like, whatever, it is what it is. Pick your battles. Got a dishwasher at home, so even hand washing dishes is all a new thing. Just putting away my folding, and here's the other one of those drying mats that I have. I don't know if I mentioned, they're Pillow Talk, and they're like, I think about $6.50. I'll confirm and I'll get Trent to chuck it in, but we love them, and yeah, they just fold up like that, and I'll show you how they fit under. So it literally just slides on in and just sits perfectly underneath there, and the other one fits in there as well, so when they're both dry and clean, they live in there together. That is not often that happens, but it does happen sometimes. I kind of just go through and double check that all of our hatches are closed. Our top bunk obviously we don't use, so it has, much to my dismay, become a little bit of a dumping ground, and I will get around to sorting that out eventually, but slow on the priority list at the moment. Shoving all my dirty washing inside my washing machine, it kind of lives there. And if we're connected to, I mean, we can run our washing machine off grid. We don't very often, but I'm just going to clean up Teddy's bunk while I'm in here. The lighting is, there you go, now you can see my face. We don't often run the washing machine off grid, but we do have enough water and the inverter, so we can run it off grid. I don't know exactly how much water. We've got a 5 kilo washing machine. I don't know exactly how much it uses, but we have been able to do 2 loads of washing off of one tank, and I think our tanks are 95 litres. If it's wrong, I'm sure Trent can correct me, but yeah, 95 litre tank, and we've been able to do at least 2 loads off of the one tank, and yeah, it's a 5 kilo machine, so it is a bigger machine for a bigger machine for a caravan, and yeah, we can get a bit in it, so I can even wash. Teddy's got, like I said before, the Wanderlust sheets, and I can even wash his doona from that setup in our washing machine in the van, so that's tried and tested, and that works. So yeah, I also just have a little I don't know what you would call this thing. I guess it's like a nappy caddy or something. It's just from Kmart, and it literally fits perfectly across the bottom of his bunk. I keep his swim nappies and nighttime nappies, and like a few books and toys and stuff in there that he regularly grabs for. I'll just keep him in the end there, and he's got a little blanket, so if it is a bit chilly outside and he's sitting by the fire or whatever, he's got a little, just, I think it was a cot blanket or something from when it was a baby, and yeah, we just use that. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I'm just going to finish popping away this washing, and we'll be almost ready to rock and roll. All right, I don't know what the time is. That just took far longer than it should have. Got phone calls and all that, but there you go, 7:15, and that was a slow pack up for us. Yeah, felt like everything didn't want to go to plan today. All right, so as you can see, yeah, coffee machine's up there, just lives in between my pillows. TV on the bed, that's Teddy's high chair. Tray that just lives there. We travel with a Trip Trap high chair. Our little Ted's has some eating issues, or definitely in the past has, and we love our Trip Trap high chair, so yeah, it does travel with us, and obviously that's been recommended by all of his therapists. He still sees his OT, speech, dietitian, all that kind of stuff on Zoom while we're traveling, so we do have that with us. It just sits in there, and then we've just got a little, I don't know if you can see that, a jockey strap, whatever they're called, one of them, attaching it to the center of the table. I just now go around and double check that all of our hatches are shut, all the doors are shut. Look, I've just found a window that's still open, so this is why we do this. Close that up. Same with the bunk ones. Do you need some help to get the last of your custard? I'm hoping that that will keep him going and help him fall asleep in the car. He's had dinner, a little bit of custard. Yeah, so I'll just quickly check all the hatches are closed. The Siroccos, I just turned them off. I mean, doesn't matter, you can travel with them on if you like, but we turn them off. All finished?
No more.
It's all gone. You ate it all. You ate it all, it's all gone. The Siroccos, I used to secure them up with the little latch. I don't anymore, they don't move, so there's no need to. That will just sit on there. The mat from outside comes in. As I go outside, I'll show you that. I'll bring the step in and that in, but we hitched up ready to go. That does not belong to us. There's a bin pile just here, darling. Hitched up ready to go.
We're ready.
Ready to go. It took us a little bit longer. We had
I had to go to the toilet a couple of times.
Trent needed to go to the toilet.
It was an hour.
Yeah.
An hour with a couple of calls.
Yeah, I had a couple of. Trent had a phone call. I had a phone call. Teddy had a pooey nappy. Trent needed to go to the toilet a few times. So you need to go toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, that's it. That's us. I'm going to.
Bye, Mummy.
Bye, baby. You're gonna go hop in the car. I've got the water bottles packed for the car. We swear by our Yetis. We all have one. So, yep, here comes talking about Yetis.
Yep.
Here Trent comes to quickly top his up.
That's it.
I said we love our Yetis, don't we? Yeah, I'll put this little man in the car. Yes, baby. We're gonna go now. Do you want to come hop in your seat? It's still daylight because daylight savings and whatever weird New South Wales and Victorian stuff. Still getting used to that. We obviously have lived in Victoria before and Sydney, so just getting used to that again. I usually Trent and I usually hitch up the caravan together, but he's done it all by himself tonight. Yeah, it is your seat. Good boy. We have toys and everything everywhere at the moment because the last few days in the car have been a lot. So once we stop for a decent amount of time, I will give it all a clean out and I'll show you how I organise all of these bits and pieces for the car. You right? What you getting? What do you say? Orange. Orange. Bit of stuff in the back here with you at the moment, isn't there? An iPad in case we need it, but hopefully he's going to go to sleep. It's his bedtime. He's usually in bed between 7 and 7:30, so I'm praying that we have now that. I'll just do a quick walk around and check everything for Trent, and he'll do the same for me, and then we'll be on our way, ready to go. Put the step in. Now pass this up to you, doll.
Happy with everything?
Yep. Are you happy? Can you just double check that cupboard? We have a bit of one of our cupboards doesn't like clicking in properly, so we always just double check that. Like, I probably check it one too many times, more times than I definitely need to. You got any more rubbish, darling? I might just quickly walk this last bit over. Pardon? Oh yeah, thank you. All right, and I'll hand you. Yeah, I'll hand you over to Trent, and Trent can do the last little lock up, and we'll be on our way.
Great, thank you. Step in. Lock it up real good. Oops. Right, yeah, that's that. We're ready to go. All hooked up. Bit of sweat going down.
All right, that's us, guys. We're on the road. See how far we can make it tonight. We don't really have a plan, do we? Find somewhere to stop. Might end up in a gravel pit or free camp somewhere, who knows. We'll see where we end up. We'll just try and get this little van in the back to go to sleep, and we'll try and get some kilometres ticked over until you've had enough. Hey Dol?
Yeah.
Feeling refreshed and ready to drive for a little while?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's us for the next few hours at least, and yeah, we'll give you a bit of an update, I guess maybe in the morning. We can show you where we ended up and work on what the plan is for the rest of the trip. Yeah, a couple more days to go.
Yep.
All right, that's us. All right, I'm quickly gonna try and film something. This flashlight is not ideal, but anyway, it's dark outside. I've got red flashing light on the GoPro, so we'll see how long it lasts. But yeah, as you can see, we did not make it. We made it out the gate of the caravan park, and we noticed an issue with the car before we even drove out the gate. We stopped outside the gate of the caravan park. What's going on, baby? You're a bit defeated at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I just said we made it out the gate and then had to stop because we noticed an issue.
Oh, it's just the so much negative camber.
Yeah, so we could feel it in the car, like the driver's
Felt like
side.
we had flat tyres.
Yeah, it felt like we had a flat tyre. So with the driver's side was sitting down and the passenger side was sitting up. We've been to 2 tyre shops today to try and sort the alignment out.
And tyre power, like 2 entirely different businesses.
Yeah, so and we've been in talks with the DMW who did the build on our car, and they've given us some really good advice. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know, we're just trying to be positive at this point in time, but see if we can get it sorted tomorrow. Trent's currently out here playing with the airbags in the back of the rear of the car to see if that can help a little bit, because it was the moment we put the van on. You can notice the issue. Yeah, so he's having a play around with the airbags under the guidance of the foreman from DMW.
I don't know exactly when it happened. I don't know if it was we picked it up like that. I don't know if the business did it doing the adjustment. I don't know. When I drove it in there, my steering wheel was straight, and when I drove it out, my steering wheel was pointing to the right. So whatever, like it is, what am I going to do? So they said, oh, we can get you parts, but the wait was 4 days and the price was quite a large amount for what I didn't really expect to be an expensive fix. I later found out that it was a cheaper fix than what they priced it at. So I called them back once I got back and spoke to Kasey about it. I spoke to her dad, who's a bit of a car enthusiast, so he gave me a few tips to look at and stuff like this. I ended up getting a second opinion from the tyre power in Gosford, and they came back with the same finding. However, they attempted to do an alignment as best they could with the situation that the part that it was a genuine Nissan part. They reckon they couldn't get one. You had to get a part from Nissan to fix it, and it would take time because it's coming from Victoria, which was where we were going. So it didn't really make sense to me to sit around and wait to where I was going to get the part anyway. So I called ahead to a Petters in Victoria, not far from Mum and Dad's, and booked it in, told them the part that the other businesses have said I needed. They ordered the part and they got me in, you know, early in the next week after we arrived, and they were great to deal with. But we'll come to that. So yeah, by that I think that was the Thursday afternoon. So we should have been through Sydney, and we were still sitting on the north side. We called the caravan park and told them that we needed an extra night, and they were really good. They gave us a bit of a cheaper rate and said, yeah, no worries, there was plenty of space, so it wasn't really a bother. Anyway, we ended up, I ended up getting in touch with the foreman from DMW, explaining the situation. He was pretty down about it, felt terrible, and just wanted to fix it. He was like, just, if you can get it to me, I'll have it fixed, you know. But my issue was I wasn't going to travel almost 10 hours back into Queensland to get it fixed. Then it wasn't going to do that either for the bolt, you know. So I said, don't worry about it, I'll get it fixed in Victoria. So I think it was about 8 o'clock at night. We got in the van after, you know, he was great. He was messaging me, giving me all these tips. We ended up getting it on the road and drove until we got to Yass. And I think, so we drove through Sydney during the night when there was no traffic, so we could take it slow. And then we ended up pulling up at Yass near the service centre. If you've travelled from Sydney to Melbourne, you'd know of it. Pulled in there and just parked out the back of the truck stop, got in there late and left the next morning, and that's where we'll pick it up. Good morning. We are at Yass. I think the last thing that Kasey filmed was us pumping up the airbags after advice from the foreman at DMW, just to try and help out our camber issue a little bit. There's a fly in here. So yeah, it still looks terrible, but we're at the point of, like, if we take it back to the last person that did the alignment, they're going to say, oh, it's the best we could do without, you know, getting that replacement bolt, is what I expect them to say. So we just bit the bullet and decided to drive, and we're now at Yass. So we've done a few 100Ks overnight. I think we got here at about, what time, 2?
Yeah, 2.
About 2 o'clock we got here in the morning. Just stayed at this truck stop here behind the servo and Macca's and stuff. If you've ever gone from Sydney to Melbourne, you'd know it well. Out at Yass. So the time is 9:15 in the morning, and we've got, oh gee whiz, still a long way to go, really. Yeah, 675 Ks to go to get to our destination. So we're just going to punch through today. I think the aim for me is to get us to Seymour, which is in Victoria, which is only then 2.5 hours from destination. So we'll see how we go. We'll see how much Teddy can tolerate, but I think we'll try and get as much done today, so if we're not there by tonight, we can cruise in tomorrow and we'll all be said and done. So yeah, it's a bit going on. It's not exactly the way we planned it all to go, but that's fine. It is what it is, and we're making the most of it. We're going to get down there still safely, but yeah, we might have a bit of wear on the tyres, but we'll be able to see how all that goes. And a new alignment is all booked in for Wednesday with the replacement camber adjuster, so we'll just see what happens. Anything done?
Nah, it's just, we didn't really plan for long days in the car, did we? We kind of wanted
3 or 4 hour days.
Yeah, we wanted short days. Teddy tolerates about an hour and a half, and he's had enough. So yeah, we'll just have to see how we go, and we'll get there when we get there, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, this is our road out of here, and that's our destination over there, so we'll get going. And that we did. We got straight on the road, and we ended up punching straight through all the way to my parents' house. Teddy was really good, had a nap, watched some TV on the DVD players on the back of the headrest, so that got him through, and we ended up getting into my parents' house 6:30. Sat in a bit of traffic on the Melbourne side, but I think we were just happy just to be at our destination, albeit a bit sooner. Definitely didn't go according to plan, and definitely was rushed further than we thought we would need. But yeah, we stopped at Wallen, I think, and filled up the car, and we didn't take as much fuel as expected. I think I had one of the jerry cans left. I put that in, and then 100 litres or something, and then we were back at my parents' house. So all in all, the trip down, yeah, didn't go according to plan, but we quickly learned that, you know, these things happen. This is life on the road. The car was still running. We just needed to get it fixed. Subsequently, on the Wednesday, we went into Pedders near my parents' house, and they were fantastic to deal with. Had the bolt ready to go, changed the bolt over, did a full wheel alignment. They the rear of the car is actually quite heavy. If you followed our YouTube channel, you'll know about the GVM upgrade with the car, and so the back of the rear axle is quite heavy, with the van on especially. So we took it in there, and they had on the hoist there was like a dolly hoist in the middle that you could lift up the rear diff. So they were lifting up the rear diff, which was a 2-ton hoist, and they were only just getting it up, do an adjustment, and then putting it back on the ground, because you know, they said they would just shear the bolts again, adjusting it, car sitting on its wheels. So they took the weight to make the adjustment. So took them a long time, you know, charged accordingly, but I was just happy to have the car sorted out, wheel aligned, ready to go. And since then, touch wood, we haven't had any issues with our wheel alignments. So that's it. That was it. This finishes up our episode. We've made it to Victoria. We start a bit of family time. Easter comes around, do a few little trips, and then we make our way on from there. So thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are so grateful to see this community growing already. It's fantastic to see, and we're so grateful. We really are. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all the love and the nice comments, liking the video, giving us feedback. We appreciate it all. It's the YouTube channel isn't exactly for the benefit of creating a channel, more so as creating the memories for when we're finished up and we're older. Teddy can look back and it'll all be there. We don't have enough space on a computer for all this footage, so creating the videos, we can share it along with our family and friends and the viewers that have wanted to watch, and we can always look back at this in 5, 10, 15, 20 years time, however long they're available for, and we can go back and see them and reminisce on what we did. So anyway, that's enough from me. This sees us out. That's the end of another episode. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.